Alright. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Tsukihime, Piece of Blue Glass Moon. Last time we left off, having just barely started the true end. Like, maybe 20 minutes after the choice had decided. So yeah, over 2 hour stream and end up, only doing like 20 minutes of actual, maybe like 30 minutes of like actual new stuff. So, you know, that's bit awkward. But yeah, CL just beat the spider thingy, which kind of came out of nowhere. And we had a whole discussion about that, so I'm not gonna, you know, go over it again, but yeah, quite strange. But yeah, now where were we? No, I don't. No, I don't want auto. I wanted to go back. I can't go back. Okay, right. It's, yeah, session based. Arcwood slumps on top of me. Oh yeah, he cut her line, and yeah, Arcwood slumps on top of me. Cutting her line of death must have incapacitated her. In the heck. I take the opportunity to extract myself from her clutches and back away while I still can. Probably a good call. Yeah. With her weight off of me, I can finally breathe. My shoulders heave as I try to calm my hammering heart and throbbing brain. I need to run, but first I have to gather my strength. Knowing Arcwood's regenerative abilities, she'll get back up and come at me any second. Arcwood's arms splay wide beneath her own weight. Yeah. She collapses face first onto the stone pavement, looking for all the world like she's sleeping. I wouldn't bet on that. Be honest with you, I wouldn't bet on that. I freeze as I catch a glimpse of wet scarlet. I expected blood. I know what it means to cut a throat, but I never imagined she would keel over so easily, like she was human. We should be running. That isn't the only abnormality. Crimson blood, rich as wine, flows across the ground. The warm red liquid is both Arcwood's vital essence and a gaping wound in the world itself. Slowly but steadily, the pool swells. It seeps into Arcwood's clothing, staining her ethereal white a gruesome red. That's not good. I don't think that's good at all, actually. I've seen this sight before. This puddle of blood with its dull, wet gleam, Did I kill her? No, you didn't. I couldn't have, could I? No way, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, real crazy. This isn't like last time. Seeing that line took all I had. And thanks to my vampiric senses, I know with terrifying precision just how vast the gulf between our abilities is. That slash was only meant to slow her down for a second. There's no way it could have killed her. Oh, trust me, it didn't. It didn't. You think she's in any mood to talk? Repressing my instinct to run away, I take a step closer, and my breath catches. Her arm jerks. With an unnatural lurch, a single arm plants itself on the ground like a spider's spindly limb. We didn't get this monologue in the other one, did we? She speaks not through words or telepathy, but breath. I don't think we did. Did we? Through her will fused with the natural world. You like that? I don't know if that's what I would call it. But shh. Arquid, we can be reasonable about this. We can be. I don't know if we can be reasonable. Well, I mean, he had good reason to, spurn you, but. Hey, the first time it killed you was you didn't know each other yet, okay? That's not fair to put on him, even though it was hit. Yeah. Oh. Could you maybe not do that, Arquid? Maybe, potentially. No. Alright, fair enough. Maybe 6. Oh boy. Yeah, Shiki, you should really go. I hear a sound. Like reality cracking under some great strain. It seems to come from afar, yet right beside my ear. I know it well. It's the sound of a life torn asunder. So could only have been the death knell of the world. Warm breath and hot blood spill from her throat. Her arm trembles as she forces herself up. Shiki. Shiki, move your legs. Move your goddamn legs. Scarlet pours over the ground in a ceaseless torrent. Her body silently peels itself off the slick stone. Yeah, you already said that. We heard you the first time. Her head rises from the pool of blood. I glimpse her eyes through matted blonde hair. Their sockets are the sunken hollows of a corpse. But in their depths rages crimson fire. Yeah, we'll die for that, we know. Kill us and get it over with. We ain't got time for your bullshit. What in the hell? All around me, pavement, street lamps, buildings, every human work upon the surface of the earth tumbles towards her. Like wallpaper torn down. Something tells me just sticking a black key to hold her in place won't hold her for as long as it did in the other one. Something tells me that's not gonna work. Like a coat of paint dissolving. Like the world is being flayed of its skin. All of creation cedes its essence to her grasp. Loftily she proclaims that which I cannot comprehend. Behold the power of the true ancestors, the sensory receptors of the planet itself. This is the marble phantasm, the authority to reshape the world as we see fit. Oh! This city is finished, this land is finished, building and beast shall be transformed, flattened to 2 dimensions and swallowed. All phenomena converted and contained. Now comes the inner sea of the planet, grown wild and free for leaving man behind. Praise it, fear it, offer your lives to it. Your world now teeters on the brink, and soon it shall invert. See what you did, Shiki? This is your fault. I didn't make this choice, you did. Her eyes stare wildly at nothing. Too weak to get up using one hand, she splashes gracelessly back into the pool of blood. She pushes herself up, slips, flops back down. Every time a little more red stains her body. Again she tries, again she fails. She almost seems to take pleasure in the pitiful spectacle. We're waiting. I can't move. Arquid's voice, her purse, and her will flood unstoppably into my mind. The torrent seizes my frail ego, swamps it, drowns it. The world spins round and round. As I struggle against the vortex, her thoughts enter my brain. Never have I suffered such humiliation. Never have I endured such disgrace. Ah, how delightful. To level this burning rage on Shiki. Oh, it would be marvelous. It would feel wonderful. I would give the world for the pleasure. Ah, such joy, such joy, such joy. I can't hold back. I won't let go. I can't wait anymore. I want to see it the moment I tear him limb from limb, crack open his ribcage, pull out his entrails, crush the bleeds from his throat, saw open his skull, and paint the ground with his brains. That's quite the imagination you got there, Arquid. That's Yeah, we heard you the first 3 times. Arquid thrashes about in a pool of her own blood, laughing like a woman gone mad. I can't move. This is bad. My soul is frozen from the inside out. Staying here can only mean certain death. I have to get out of this place. Yeah, you should have left like 2 minutes ago. Anywhere will do. Anywhere as long as it isn't here. Yeah, but you waited too long. You're frozen with fear now. But my legs are frozen stiff. The world has ceased to exist. It's my fault in form and function. Or rather, all function has been stripped away, leaving only shadows behind. The buildings, the people, everything squashed into a flat sheet and peeled off the face of the earth. In the remaining wasteland, only she and I are left standing. She has no intention of stashing me away like the rest. She won't show me that mercy. She singled me out so she can personally tear me apart. The rest she disposed of, tossing it into that hole in the world, leaving me alone in this corpse of a city. Yeah, you done fucked up. Everything I did was pointless. Every aspiration I had meaningless. I imagined myself the city's savior, only to become its murderer. Even if my legs could move, I have nowhere to run. Do I get it now, I wonder? That I'm going to die no matter what I do? Probably. Oh. Good timing. That voice breaks me free from terror's grasp. Senpai. As I stare, stunned, Ciel grabs me by the arm and leaps high into the air. We fly over the rooftops to land atop a tall building. She hits it running and leaps to the next. It's just like the night I soared above the city in Arquid's arms. The only difference is that this time, I can match my escort stride for stride. Energized by my fight with Arquid, my transformation, Roa's corruption, is accelerating by the second. I guess in this instance, that's a good thing. Yeah, we did kind of. Okay. I know she's probably just teasing, even though it's not a good time for that or actual bitching at us. Like, really not a good time for either of the two options here. Don't we have a bigger problem on our hands? A little bit, yeah.
部屋から出たのは謝ります。でも誤解ですから。どうしても耐えられなくて、外に出たらアルクエイドがいて、あいつ自分のものになれとか妙なことを言い出して。
And then we kind of slit her throat open.
言い訳は後でたっぷりし
It's
てもらう
not
にして。
excuses. It's okay.
今は急いで。
先輩、前。
Oh boy. She's really not holding back anymore, huh? A great wall looking for all the world like it belongs in a medieval castle suddenly rises before us. With no way to change direction in midair, we're locked into a collision course. Here comes the Millennium Castle! Still clutching my arm, CL kicks hard against the wall. Her boot clacks harshly on the stone. She redirects her momentum into a sideways wall run, avoiding a direct impact. The world around me may have gone mad, but CL seems to be doing her best to give it a run for its money.
先輩、これ何ですか?
You've unleashed the beast that is Arquid.
今のどう見ても城の壁でしたけど。
アルクエイドの空想具現化です。こんな大規模なもの、私も初めて見ました。
Yeah, she's pissed.
急ぎます。この規模ではあと数分で街がなくなってしまう。
Shorn of both its surface and insides, the cityscape has become a forest of shadows. Above it, piece by piece, an enormous castle takes form. CL and I hurtle through the otherworldly night. I can guess where she's taking us, the school. It all comes back to the school, no matter what's happening. Perhaps due to Roa's lingering influence, it's managed to escape the hollowing, assailing the rest of the city. Well, that's convenient. We descend 20 meters to touch to touch down in a sports field. It's midnight, so the grounds and buildings are deserted, but the site's still familiar enough to take comfort in. The rest of the city, however, has been entirely stripped of color. How long can the school hold out? Will it eventually be swallowed by the vortex as well? I mean, given enough time... Do not delude yourself. This refuge will not last. Another ancestor might resist her principle with their own, but my own meager, bounded field has no such power. A phenomenon conversion can stop even time. Or rather, it could not flatten the world without destroying time itself. It has converted the city into a metaphysical object she might store away, leaving only a residue that is one with the planet. This is her power, the godlike authority to revert this planet to its primal days. Only one force in this city can resist its pull. What's that? CL? Someone else's neural impulses flash behind my eyes. Damn it, I've got enough craziness to deal with out here in the real world. I don't need it in my head, too. And hopefully Roa fucks off long enough for us to, well, you know, is chill while we try and deal with Arquid. We'll see though.
どこか怪我は？
いや、大丈夫。背骨がまだきしんでいるけど、すぐに慣れます。
Oh, she's...
それより先輩。
Oh, she knows.
先輩はこれがどういう状況なのか理解できるんですか?
She lets go of my arm and looks back the way we came.
アルクエイド。いえ、見境をなくした神祖の機能が現れたのでしょう。神祖が本気で能力を発現するとき、世界の方が神祖に合わせた環境に切り替わる。
Yeah, you fucked with the wrong blonde.
この土地は彼女の望む環境になるために、一旦更地に戻されたようなものです。残ったのは町の残像だけ。現れている城壁は彼女が作り上げているものでしょう。そして元にあった町は不要な遺物として別の場所にしまわれてしまった。
Which is pretty crazy when you think about it. Just stashed the whole city away.
しまわれた。 町ごと生き物全部。
They're probably in some sort of stasis, I would imagine.
ええ、指標に生きるものは最近に至るまで全て。例外は彼女に異物として弾かれた遠野くんと障壁を張っていた私だけです。文字通り規格外の怪物ですね。
いや、
このままでは世界が裏返る。そうなってしまったらこの町はもう取り戻せない。星の内海に収納された事象は二度とこちらに戻ってこられなくなりますから。
So what you're saying is we're probably fucked. Probably. I wonder if Mario could put up a No, Mario's probably boned too. What CL is describing is on a scale beyond human comprehension. I don't understand half of it. One thing is clear though, if Arkwood isn't stopped, things will get much, much worse.
あの城が完成する前に真相を排除できなければ、この町は消え去ります。
排除。先輩はアルクエイドと戦うんですか？
Don't have much other choice, do we?
それ以外に選択肢はないでしょう。
Yeah, exactly.
いえ。
Like,
そもそも
like
彼
what
女
else
の
do?
方からこちらにやってき
Do we
ま
just
す。
let the city be
遠
destroyed?
野く
Like
んは
what?
校
Like,
舎の中に入っていてください。
Arkwood is coming for us, coming for me. But would she really kill me?
違う。それは違う。先輩、怒らないで聞いてください。あいつは本当にいいやつで、さっきのは俺がやりすぎて血迷っているだけで、傷が治って落ち着けば。
Shiki, you know, I'm glad you see the best in Arkwood, but at this point, she's too far gone.
無理ですね。その落ち着くまでの時間であなたは殺されていますし、この町も戻らなくなります。
Yeah.
そもそも遠野くんの中にはロアがいる。アルクエイドにとって最も不要な吸血鬼を殺すことに戸惑いはないでしょう。今の彼女は血に飢えた吸血鬼と化しています。あなたが知っているアルクエイドには遠野四季を殺すまで戻ってはくれないでしょう。
Well, I mean, I could think of something, but whether it's a ideal outcome for anyone is questionable. I almost object, but bite my tongue. She's right. I reflect on what I've seen tonight. The creature Arkwood has become cares only about killing me. Any hope of talking her down died back in the park. Besides, this isn't just my fight anymore. Soya's very existence is hanging in the balance. Arkwood only lost control because of what I did to her. I know I shouldn't even consider this, but if I were to let her kill me, both CL and my hometown would.
遠野くん、
Yeah? Ow. What was that for? She just hit me with a perfect flick to the shoulder blade. That actually felt kinda good. Did she hit a pressure point?
おかしなことは考えないように。真相がああなったのは自業自得ですし、あなたに責任はありません。
I don't necessarily agree, but
彼女はいずれ吸血衝動に負けることが確定していた。それが何年か早まってたまたまこの町で起きただけの話です。
I agree with that.
あれは悪魔の見えざるダイスのようなもの。人間である私たちは巻き込まれた後最善を尽くすしかないんです。
CL gazes up at the eastern sky.
でもやっぱりこうなる運命だったのかも。遠野くんを守るためには彼女と決着をつけなくちゃいけなかった。彼女が活動しているとそのしもべであるロアの意志も活性化するんです。遠野くんの中のロアを抑えるにはまず彼女を眠らせるか追い返す必要があった。
And the chances of you incapacitating Arkwood though are pretty low, not gonna lie.
ですからここで彼女を倒
Not
すのは一
impossible,
石二
but
鳥で
pretty
す。
low. She takes my arm and runs towards the school building.
遠野くんは校舎に待機していてください。彼女と戦うのは私の役割ですから。
待ってください。先輩こそここで隠れていてください。あいつとは俺が蹴りをつけますから。
I mean, really, your best chance would be, working together. Like, realistically, you should probably just...
遠野くん、私、怒りますよ。
No. CL glares daggers at me. Oh. She seems more exhausted than angry, though.
私の体のことは知っているでしょ。私は何があっても死にません。けど遠野くんは別です。
I assume this particular conversation will probably be the same as the other route, but we'll go through it to be safe. Actually, I should just... Okay, it doesn't even let me skip, so okay, it'll be different.
確かにあなたの目ならアルクエイドを倒せるかもしれませんが、その前に彼女の爪があなたを
Or it
殺
could
し
be
ま
the
す。
same, but it's just won't let me skip because it's part of the exact same, or it's part of a whole different, yeah.
遠野くん、言ったじゃないですか。私を幸せにしてくれるって。
Yeah,
なら、
I remember.
お願いですからこんなところで死なないでください。
If I gotta...
でも先輩一人じゃあいつには。
見くびらないでください。私が今まで何体の使徒を仕留めてきたと思っているんですか？
Yeah, dead apostle
こと
killer.
吸血鬼退治なら私の右に出る者はいないのです。
Yeah, let's reflect on that for a moment. Dead apostle, not true ancestor. Dead apostle. That's kind of a little bit different. CL strikes a confident pose. Funny. If her hands weren't trembling, I'd almost be convinced. Is she scared? Even after the dozens of vampires she's killed? Yeah, Arkwyn's a bit, on a bit of a different level. But no, all that experience wouldn't allay her fears. If anything, it would just put into perspective how much of a threat Arkwyn truly is. I can't just do nothing. I can't leave her to fend for herself, even if it costs me my life. But before I can tell her as much, she presses a finger to my lips.
その先はそれこそ言っちゃダメです。お願いですから、私のわがままを聞いてください。
You're stubborn.
一度ぐらい、本当に一度ぐらい、私だけの意志であなたを守りたいんです。
I mean, we can't really say anything to that when she's crying. Like...
そうしないと、私は遠野くんに心から笑顔を向けられなくなっちゃうじゃないですか。
Tears well in her eyes as she speaks.
私がこんなに早く帰ってきたのはダメだったからなんです。遠野くんを助ける手段は教会にはありません。教会にあるものはロアを利用する方針だけで、転生体を助けようとする方法なんて。
I wonder if that's due to lack of them even trying to find a way to save the host. Like, I don't think it was ever... I don't think they cared enough about the life of someone who was under Roa's control to even bother trying to find a way to save them. I see. If that's how it has to be, at least she tried. I should have known it would never be that easy. いい？
それはシエル先輩が泣くようなことじゃない。
いいえ、私がもっとしっかりしていれば、ロアを追うことばかり考えず、もっと他の道を探していれば違う可能性だってあったはずなんです。
Maybe, but you might not have. You can't know that, so I mean, you can't really put that blame on yourself.
ロアの侵食を少しでも遅くすることしかできない。苦しいって、遠野くんがどれだけ苦しいのか知っているのに、それでも少しでも長くそばにいてほしいって、 そんな自分勝手なことばっかり考えてるんです。
Because despite everything, you're...
苦しいって
I accidentally hit the
ど
left
れだけ
bumper,
苦しい
so
の
it
か知っているのに
replayed.
少しでも長くそばにいてほしいって
Yeah,
そんな自分勝手なことばっかり考えてるんです。
Yeah.
私は
because despite you thinking otherwise, CL, you are in fact human. Just with a little extra, you know, a little oomph. Human with oomph. I don't want to watch her cry, so I pull her close where I can't see her tears.
遠野
俺だってできるだけ一緒にいたい。先輩は自分勝手じゃないですよ。自分勝手なのは俺の方なんだから。
Baby? Yeah.
それに、先輩がしつこくロアを追いかけていたから今があるんじゃないですか。
True. Real true.
全部を取るなんてできない。こうして先輩と一緒にいられる今の代わりにロアを消す手段を作られても嬉しくない。
でもそれじゃ
勘違いしないで。俺ロアなんかに負けるつもりはこれっぽっちもありませんから。
Believe in the him that believes in you as you believe in him. Oh, wait, that's whatever. Having bared my heart to CL, I've cooled down enough to remember what Arkwood said. It's a gamble, but I still have one last card to play.
ロアの相手は俺がします。自分のことですからね。けど確かに俺じゃアルクエイドを止められないんで、そっちは任せます。
Yeah.
はい、ありがとうございます。
CL's arms squeeze tight around my waist. I bring my lips to hers as we embrace. But then she hops back like a startled rabbit.
キスはダメですよ。そんなことされたら私嬉しすぎて気が抜けちゃいます。
Yeah, it's probably for the best, yeah.
ですから今は抱き合うだけにしておきましょう。
If you insist.
だね。じゃあ少し離れてるけどピンチになったら呼んでください。
Yeah, but she would never do that.
すぐに駆けつけますから。
Even if she was desperate, she wouldn't put you in that danger.
はい、信じています。あ、でもその必要はないですよ。本当に今日は切り札があるんです。以前のようにはいきません。希望でも強がりでもなくアルクエイドは倒しきります。だから問題はその後です。
Yeah, what
アルクエイドが消えればロアは全力であなたの体を支配しに来る。その時私には何もできないけどお願いします。私が戻ってくるまでどうか遠野君のままでいてください。
I'm not a fan of making promises that I can't guarantee, but sure. Oh, I get it now. CL might find Arkwood daunting, but she doesn't fear her. Her only true fear, it seems, is losing me.
すごいな先輩は。
Yeah, I don't know if I like this confidence.
この状況で勝利宣言とかどんだけ自信があるんですか。
笑わないでください。真面目な切実なお話です。
Sure you are.
もちろんおかげで安心できました。大丈夫。ロアには負けないって言ったでしょ。俺が勝てないのは先輩だけです。
You know what? That'll probably actually make her feel better. I was about to say, like, I don't know if a girl would like hearing that, but, you know, realistically, it probably would actually make her feel better. I send her off with the most confident smile I can muster. With a silent nod, she sets off toward the stairs, then stops as though she suddenly remembered something.
待ってください。
いい？
何？忘れ物？
はい、明日になったら街に遊びに行きましょう。乾くんと3人でこの前のやり直しをするんです。
Yeah, we do have to make up for it, huh? That line is very much, like a death flag. It feels like. Like, oh yeah, well, let's go hang out next week. Her smile warms me from the inside. Thank goodness. Our promise really did mean something to her after all.
それじゃあ、約束。
Is it a date when there's a third person there? I don't know about that. But, okay. I offer her a handshake.
はい。今度はちゃんと守ってくださいね。
Yeah. Ciel's fingers brush against mine. She shakes my hand vigorously, then withdraws.
遠野くんは校舎から出ないように。あ、でも危険だと判断したら、校庭か体育館に移動してください。
Her deep blue habit vanishes up the stairs. This time, she's gone for good. Interesting, instead of going out or downstairs, she went up. Huh, okay. Did she go up last time? I don't know, she went downstairs last time. I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah, they were on the ground floor when we... I don't know, okay. Whatever. From far in the distance, deep within the transfigured city, comes a rumbling tremor. The sound of the air groaning, of the world screaming. Toward its heart, she flies to face her foe. The pale vampire princess. A cataclysm given form. Okay, yeah, so she jumped out to go over that. Okay. A single living soul races through the ashen cityscape. The ruins around her, bereft of color, serve only to mark where buildings once stood. On the roof of one such massive rock, a literal shell of its former self, she alights. Oh, Alfredo! She casts aside her habit. The impending battle will serve no humanitarian cause. She will wage all-out war until her foe is eradicated. No holds barred. Her weapon awaits her in its naked form, shining with a dark gleam. Being of the same stuff as Arcwood, it did not escape her phenomenon conversion so much as it was naturally unaffected to begin with.
万が一に備えて移動させておいて正解でしたね。仕掛けますよ、セブン。断罪師への感想を済ませなさい。
In answer, the object begins to mutate. That's different. 2 firearms, a gun fitted with a bayonet, a greatsword, a suit of armor, and at last, a siege ballista. 6 different weapons fused into one tangle of metal. This is the true form of the 7th Holy Scripture. The anti-vampire armament carrier built around the sacrament of Cornicanto, the horn of a unicorn.
ブレイズ、ブレイクを補助武装として合成。使用弾頭はコーノカント反応光から劣化ウラン弾に変換。
For the reactive
テキスト
warheads.
スロットを転生期半分から侵略
Place
転生
uranium. Okay.
照準は手動形式に。自動では彼女に気づかれる。
Ciel looks down on the bulldozed city as she issues her commands. Her target is at a distance of 500 meters, in the park where she left her. Damn it, it's taking her a bit longer to regenerate this time, huh? Arcwood is still in the process of regenerating. Probably I guess it's probably taking her longer because she's also using her marble phantasm. So it's kind of taking away the power that would have gone to her regeneration. I guess. That's at least that's how I interpret her regenerating slower. She's slumped over on the ground, unmoving. Hey, Dark Ice. Her back appears entirely vulnerable. I don't trust it. I don't trust that. No. Any ordinary executor would not hesitate to capitalize on this chance. Yeah, but you're not ordinary. You know better. You know she's never, Yeah. Yeah.
チャンスと見て仕掛ければ仕掛けた方が追い詰められる。甘い蜜で誘ってパクリとか食虫植物です。
I mean, maybe. She might be. You never know. The slick red mirror on the ground grows ever wider. Arkwid's transformation is entering its final stage. CL knows through bitter experience that the silence is but the calm before the storm.
蘇生中の守りは万全。下手に傷つければ存在規模が跳ね上がってさらに手に負えなくなる。
Yeah, whatever that means.
ここで倒しきるなら
Existential scale.
まだ早い。
CL has served long enough at the burial agency to be considered a veteran executor. While she's never personally fought a fallen true ancestor, that is, one driven mad by vampiric impulses, she has simulated such a battle. The church has clashed with true ancestor royalty several times in the past, and records of their victories still remain. While the documents are centuries old and their relevance to the modern-day executor is limited, some principles remain timelessly applicable. Face thy foe in overwhelming numbers. Establish thy foe's guilt beyond question. Ensure thine arms and men are equal to thy foe. Face thy foe armed with thy newest iron. Begin the battle only in civilization's bosom. For better or worse, she currently satisfies around half of those criteria. Alone, she hardly constitutes overwhelming numbers, but at least she's her foe's... I don't know about that. I don't... equal? This is the most important factor to consider when confronting a true ancestor. Individual capability. When fighting their own squabbles, humans appoint able leaders to transform unremarkable troops into fighting forces. But such an approach will not work on this oldest and greatest of vampires.
他の代行者を気にする必要はない。ここにいるのは私だけなんですから。
Mario comes out of nowhere. Hey, what's up? The thought is equal parts liberating and terrifying. I don't know if I mentioned this the other times we've seen her in this outfit, but why does she have such defined armpits? You know, that's what I'm wondering. Why are they so detailed? What would they do that for? With no allies to cover her, the slightest mistake will spell defeat.
それと例の戒めですか。
Which one? Within the church's extensive battle records, she found a particularly cryptic footnote unique in its intent as a warning to the reader. After stabilizing the vessel, ensure it is empty at all costs. She still cannot make heads or tails of it. Even casting her mind back to her memories as Roa, she can find no hint as to what this vessel might be, nor what emptying it might entail.
普通に考えれば魔力をすべて使わせろですが。
I don't know if it's that straightforward though. However, for true ancestor royalty, especially Arkwid, purest of them all, there is no such thing as running out of magical energy. In which case, the statement would resolve to first weaken your foe, Why would so much significance be placed on such obvious advice? I don't know. Oh, is she done regenerating? But she has no time to dwell on decrypting scripture.
来た。
If Arquid's phenomenon containment reshapes the world according to her personal desires, she too is reshaped according to the world's desires. The true ancestors of the Earth's own sense of touch, they derive their power from the planet itself, with a capacity equal to the sum of its resources. Thus, to do battle with the true ancestor is to do battle with the very ground on which they stand. Of all these formidable beings, Arquid Brunstad possesses the highest authority. So long as she retains her connection to the planet, she truly knows no limits. Unlimited magical energy, unlimited physical strength, and powers that only grow in magnitude. Such is the privilege of one who wears the royal name Brunstad. Ordinarily, she would be bound by the dress code dictating her activities as a true ancestor, prohibiting her from bearing her true form. But true ancestors are extensions of the Earth itself. Unlike the human race, the notion of using the planet's resources for their own benefit could not occur to them. When Arquid goes to battle, she is granted precisely the strength and abilities required to eradicate her foe, and no more. As the planet's avatar, she has a duty to minimize her strain on its reserves. Countless dead apostles and fallen true ancestors have met their deaths at the hand of her singular might. Who could blame them? She outmatched them by definition, empowered by the earth on which they dwelled. To incur her wrath is to face certain death. However, her power has a sole weakness which, if exploited, will decide the battle in CL's favor.
アルクエイドを上回る性能を発揮すれば、アルクエイドはより性能を向上させる。生中な攻撃、隙を伺う長期戦になればなるほど、彼女は手に負えない怪物になる。
So, challenge her at your weakest?
だから。
She must end it with a single strike. Only once Arquid's physical vessel has stabilized, certain it has the highest combat parameters in the area. Should CL rain down overwhelming firepower to wipe her from the face of the earth. Okay, the plan seems like it could work. Maybe. Her strategy is simplicity itself. The execution, however, is nearly beyond the realm of human ability.
この領域にいる以上、私の力はもう測られている。
Oh yeah.
蘇生を終えた時、私と第7聖典の合計値を基準に力の上限を変えてくる。それがあなたにとって最大の弱点です。アルクエド・ブリュンスタッド。
Why? Is she not taking something into account? CL finalizes her battle plans and takes a deep breath. She can envision a clear path to victory. Her task now is to wrest it into being. She must survive the coming gauntlet long enough to lure her enemy into checkmate. To her surprise, she finds herself afraid. Yeah, I'd be too. She had thought such emotions lost with her mortality. Arquid, however, could subject her to any number of fates worse than death. If she were to be plunged into that swirling vortex of phenomena, there would be no way back. CL would be trapped within Arquid's shadow, powerless to influence the following catastrophe she wreaks upon the world. And she would be forced to watch the vampire devour the man she loves in rabid bloodlust. I don't know, it could be kind of hot, I don't know. She can imagine no greater fear, no greater regret. She estimates her chances of victory at less than 30%. If at any point her plans go awry, Arquid will kill her in an instant. Yeah, well, The executor breathes in deep and raises her head. Where once she sought death, she now fears it. Now that she found a reason to carry on.
これが生きるということでした。
Yeah, to fear. So I guess. So she'll chew through solid rock if she must. Oh boy. Arkwood's resurrection reaches completion. And 7 finishes its transformation too. Oh? The 7th Holy Scripture finalizes its transformation. Ciel takes up the siege ballista and channels every ounce of her magical energy into it.
主の皆において第7の神よ、キヨ。
Oh, nice bow. Death by execution. The Holy Scripture stirs with the power to shatter a soul. Don't miss. Ciel looks once at her target, then closes her eyes. One glance was enough to establish a trajectory. She need only look again when it comes time to fire. She switched to manual targeting precisely to avoid aiming at Arkwood until the very last moment. Locking on for so much as a second would alert her foe to her presence. I mean, this is her domain. I'm pretty sure she knows you're here already. Should that happen, the battle would be as good as over. Her only choice is to track Arkwood through her subconscious. The notion borders on absurdity. The nature of marksmanship is to cease breathing, become one with a weapon, predict the target's movements, and follow them by eyesight. Observation of one's prey from outside their effective range is not only a necessary condition, but the hunter's greatest advantage. One that is lost to Ciel. Instead, she's attempting to perform a long-range execution on a target she cannot see, or even sense. How is this any different to firing wildly from the hip? The answer lies in the weapon. Her great bow is no simple trigger-operated machine. It is the root of a spirit tree, feeding on Ciel's magical energy to grow to monstrous proportions. Even now, half of her nervous system is devoted to stabilizing the forces swelling within its frame. The other half is spent restraining the gospel, intoned by its surging magical energy. She mentally tracks her dwindling magical energy reserves, while holding her bow in check with sheer muscle at its bucks as it bucks in her hands, like a raging bull. Damn, Ciel swole. Simply maintaining her stance is a feat of extraordinary precision, an act of formidable control. It is akin to firing a battleship's cannon on her own, performing every step with her bare hands. Yeah, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. A split second before release, she exhales long and slow. Nerves she feels, but not doubt. Her maximum firing range is 5 kilometers. Next to that, a 500-meter shot is no more challenging than threading a bullet through the eye of a needle. Through her gloves, she feels the weight of her bow down to the gram. She takes note of the wind direction, her own physical condition, the rhythm of her heart. Minute adjustments to her muscle fibers account for each. Yeah. Ooh, this better work. I'ma go ahead and say it probably didn't work. In that moment, a true miracle graced this world. She whom the Holy Church called their bow. She whom even the burial agency, that Devil's Den, thought an anomaly, unleashes her magnum opus. 0.2 passed from draw to hold the release. Death given flight pierces the true ancestor's skull before its messenger even registers it leaving her hand. Such an unexpected upset Arkwid could never accept. After all, she held the world in her grasp. She had been preoccupied, drawing on the planet's life force to replenish what her vessel lost when its throat was cut. Yet even as she lay motionless, she saw it all. She watched two humans scurry away like insects, watched one climb a high tower, watched it produce a poisoned needle, measured its strength, gauged the threat it posed. The instant she moved, it would answer her. So she believed, and in truth, the distant gnat emitted no telltale surge of hostility. Thus, she chose to wake. Replete with power, she severed her connection to the planet and stepped forward to welcome the coming sport. In that moment came the bolt from the blue. The arrow punched through her head, not as her foot left the ground, but as the impulse was hatched in her brain. An arrhythmic shot of incomparable skill, launched from the subconscious of a peerless marksman. Arkwid may be the planet's own self, but she is not a god. As long as her foe is human, she cannot be fully divine. Her consciousness remained undefended, and now the bow of the church has shorn it away. It's not that easy, though. Yeah, you better keep railing her with that. Don't let her reestablish connection, just hit her with everything you've got. She cocks the hammer, pulls back the bowstring. The hit to the true ancestor's head did not fell her, nor did CL intend it to. She first targeted Arkwid's conscious mind. Now she'll destroy the true ancestor's body before she regains the capacity for thought. Such is her path to victory. 2 shots, not 1. If CL had poured all of her strength into a single arrow, Arkwid would surely have detected it, subconsciously aimed or no. For her first shot, she had to compress her magical energy into the finest motion, the briefest moment. Her plan has only one potential flaw: the possibility that her target never relied on thought. Having abandoned reason for brute savagery, her mind is immaculate as the driven snow. CL, I would move from the spot you're standing on right now. CL's reflexes kick in before she can think. The 500 meters between them are worth nothing. In the blink of an eye, the beautiful beast is on her. Well then, oh. CL drops the twisted remains of her bow. Poor Seven. Breathing heavily, she peers down from the edge of the roof to assess Arkwid's condition. Her second shot made it by a hair's breadth. Fired from almost point-blank range, it sent Arkwid crashing back to Earth. Oh, okay. It was not, however, the coup de grace she'd hoped for. All she did was line up the sights and blindly release the bowstring. It was pure chance that her arrow hit the mark, and even then, it only landed a glancing blow. That one shot housed all of her magical energy. All of it? But it merely repelled Arkwid where had it struck home. It should have annihilated. Yeah. Should have annihilated her. Yeah. Oh. Well, I'm sorry to say, CL, you're dead. You're gonna die. It was nice knowing you. But this is it. CL catches her breath at last and retrieves her weapons. Mangled by Arkwood's claws, the ballista is no longer of use to her. She'll have to rely on her remaining armaments. Her assault rifle, the first cause of death, and her stake driver, a combination of the third and fourth. But her magical energy reserves have run all but dry. If an ordinary mage can generate 20 units of magical energy, CL can generate 5,000. That's still crazy, like... I knew her whole thing was that she had like she just naturally had higher reserves. But I thought it was maybe like 10 times, you know, but no, it's a hell of a lot more than 10 times. Oh, jeez. She poured every last drop of her formidable reservoir into one single shot and missed. But the mental toll of the error is incalculable. I mean, you'd hope, but far below, the true ancestor picks herself up from the wreckage of collapsed buildings. For a moment, CL's courage fails her. It's hopeless. This fight is hopeless. Just run. There's gotta be another way. Something you haven't tried. Death is terrifying enough, let alone what Arkwood could do to you. So just run. There's still time. Do it now. Take his hand and run for all you're worth. Yeah, she's not running away. She ain't no coward. I mean, good luck. We'll see. What was that? Steeling herself in the face of death, CL unveils her final gambit. She retrieves the apple concealed in her stake driver. A pulsing red fruit grew glistening like congealed blood. This is the last vestige of Vlav Archangel's curse. His idea blood. Yeah, right. Yeah, she did take that, didn't she? Yeah. His blight upon the world made manifest. But it'll give you a nice little boost, huh? Even in this formless state, it can still serve as fuel. Probably a lot of fuel too, huh? 3 principles stir to life within CL's flesh. With Vlov's idea blood acting as her new reactor core, her magical energy rapidly replenishes. She'll pay the price later when the shock catches up with her body. It will be a further step on her fall from human to monster. She raises her hand to the highest heavens. If that's the cost, I'll pay it gladly, she thinks as she leaps into the night. Dust rises from the gorge between the buildings ahead. One last hell to brave, where all that awaits is death and a pale vampire's sneer. Oh, 3 minutes! You better hold on! Trailing excess magical energy like a stream of blood, the Executor plunges into her final battle! I don't like that! I don't like how they say final battle! I mean, I guess even if it turns out that, you know, if she wins, right? It might still be final because with Arkwood gone, Roa would probably, I don't know. Several minutes before the firing of the 7th Holy Scripture, at the heart of the distorting phenomena, the city dissolves. The city disintegrates, as though rejecting all of human history and technology, as though returning the Earth to its natural state. The vortex of phenomena opens its maw to swallow the rude paradigm squatting on the planet's surface. She looks on indifferently. She feels neither pleasure nor guilt. Her thoughts are elsewhere, occupied by a single human. Well, sort of human. I hate. I'll kill. I love. I want. I hate. I'll kill. I love. I want. I hate. I kill. I love. I want. The pain of decapitation has long since faded. It is what came before it that torments her now. A loss more bitter than death. Her whole life she believed she wanted for nothing. All lay within reach should she care to grasp it. But in truth her omnipotence was simply conceit. Only when turned her down did she realize she had never possessed anything at all. Hard pill to swallow, huh? For a moment, she even forgot she was a true ancestor. Pain, heartache, hatred, and grief blazed in her blood, but none held a candle to her anger. I mean, valid crash out? Is it valid? Actually, it's questionable. So she screamed, heedless of the true ancestor's code, heedless of the burden she imposed on the earth. I'll kill you. And she bent the world to her will through sheer rage. An act befitting a human, not an avatar of the planet. In disgracing her station, she forfeited the rank of true ancestor. A part of her grieves that loss sorely. A part of her weeps and wails, protesting that if she'd only remained alone, she would never have developed a human heart. Nice grin. But nowhere does she regret her fall from grace. Her scream was fueled by anger, but its aftertaste is that of joy. For how delightful this is. How novel. The cause of her downfall is clear as day. Is it Roa's deception, now 800 years past? No. The breakdown he provoked was purely subconscious. There was no emotion in her ensuing rampage. This time, the change in her is more fundamental. Her first taste of emotion's sweet sting. A rainbow-hued dessert formed of the pleasures and pains of the heart. Something born not of the planet, but of her own breast, and all the more precious for it. I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him! The thought alone sets the night sky aglimmer. She had thanked the true ancestors for siring her. But the human who had given her what she never dreamed of having, with a word tore her down to a former self. An all-powerful tool meant only to be used, and worth nothing otherwise. What you laughing about? In that moment, her inner world turned on its head. And so too did the outer world. She had been denied all that she wanted, so she denied all in turn. Her grief turned to fury, her love to hate. Thus, she cast aside her newborn emotions. In their absence, only her original duty was left. Her first and only objective. Roa. Well, that's not good. I hate Roa. I'll kill him. For 800 years, she has nursed these feelings. She need only do as they bid, and the urge to scream will eventually fade. You sure? You sure you won't regret killing Shiki?
私は
Huh?
ドアが憎い
Uh-huh.
どっか好きが欲しいドアが憎いドアを殺す四季が好き四季が欲しい
Okay.
四季が憎い四季が欲しい四季が嫌い大嫌い
Something tells me you're just trying to convince yourself. You don't actually hate him, right? Surely? Right? Her mind grows muddled. Her thoughts come loose at the spine. The closer she looks, the more confused they become. So she decides to stop thinking. Considering her feelings, considering his feelings, will only disorient her. She regresses to a more primal, more innocent form, pursuing her desires with the selfish abandon of a wild beast.
待ってて跡形も残さないから
But I like having stuff of me left. She lifts her head, her regeneration complete. Her understanding of the surrounding world is total. The city's structure, her escaped prey's whereabouts, the location of the insect lying in wait. She has it all at her fingertips. It's a fine day for a hunt. Smiling at the thought of the coming massacre, she takes a step forward. And then boom! Or she tries to. Instantly domed. Oh, get the real time. Oh, it's good. You see, you'll like a nice cup of coffee, or She shoves the rocky slab aside and climbs to her feet. Struck by CL's arrow, she reflexively counterattacked, only to be shot down by a second. It was not confusion that flashed through her mind when the first arrow hit its mark, but the instinct to retaliate. She had resolved, after all, to be true to her desires. A subconscious response to a subconscious attack. Now, 2 seconds later, she comes to, finding herself digging her way out of a mound of rubble. Yeah. It's a bad habit. A dash of new color swirls in her anger-clouded heart. With a sigh, she looks up at CL atop a tower of stone. But this insidious pest had to ruin it. She's trying to upstage Arcwood in her moment of triumph. Yeah, yes, you could say that. Flashing her enemy a smile, she advances with purpose. Her every graceful step shrinks another 10 meters to nothing. She is bound for the southwest corner of the city. Her goal, needless to say, is a tiny school building holding out against her phenomenon containment like a puddle of water in an oil slick. 1.5 kilometers separate her from the school. An idyllic evening stroll. At this rate, she'll be there in 2 minutes. No, that's pretty fast for a stroll. At that distance. Damn. The school is quiet. It's been a few minutes since CL left. Oh, there's a lot's happened in those few minutes. I'll have you know. I draw my knife and take a few deep breaths, trying to ward off my headache and brace for what's coming next. CL will keep her word. If she said she'll keep me safe, I know she'll stop at nothing to protect me. And unfortunately, I'm just as stubborn. I don't want to lose her any more than she wants to lose me.
そうだよな。何を弱気になってるんだ、俺は。
You know, this might be dumb, but at the same time, it's probably a good call to go help her. Find an opening, get a good hit in. I've got to start thinking about my next move. Even if I can't leave the school, there's got to be something better I can do than sit here twiddling my thumbs. Probably. A sudden thought sends me running up the stairs. In here, I'm as good as blind to the outside world. But from the roof, I can at least get some idea of what's going on. Okay, I guess. I mean, she said to stay inside, but, you know, whatever. Then I'll have one last desperate gamble to make. My odds of survival are low. Chances are my idea won't even work. Still, it's my only shot. You were given those eyes for a reason. A time will come when I have to make use of them. Somebody once told me that long ago. Must be to kill the true ancestor princess. Apparently. I swallow my fear and steel my resolve. That's what this knife is for. Whispering a brief farewell to the time I've been given, and the people who have stood by me. I open the door to the roof. Well, rest in pepperoni. I emerge onto the rooftop. The clamor of the city is gone now. Even the wind is still. The world is perfectly silent. Robbed of the facades that gave them purpose, the buildings loom like gravestones. I look toward the business district a kilometer away. The Central Park seems devoid of activity. Is their battle already over? Or is it yet to start? The night strengthens my vampiric eyesight several times over. The park is too far to see even if I squint, but I should be able to get a sense of the general... Then there's the... Yep, there's that! A blast of light illuminates the town. CL is the first to strike. First, she opens up her foe from long range with a marksman's headshot. But as she knocks the next arrow to demolish Arkwood's body, a sudden explosion consumes her perch. That must be Arkwood retaliating. She launched herself that far in the second it took CL to draw another arrow. Yeah, she pretty fast. Not yet. I don't know why, but the idea of again, I know we it's been a while since we saw it, but the idea of her using a gun is so interesting to me. I don't know why. Their battle becomes a brutal melee. CL pushes her assault rifle and stake driver to their limits, trying to halt Arkwood's imperious advance. Less than a minute passes in real time, but to me it feels like an hour. CL is holding nothing back. She wages total war, putting her body through an ordeal that makes fighting Vlov look like a warm-up. But Arkwood just keeps walking. Like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. CL's own flesh ruptures under her frenzied assault, but it seems to affect Arkwood no more than a light breeze. Again and again, her blood sprays and her bones shatter. Her rifle rains bullets. Her formulae detonate, and her serpentine sword swings with suicidal resolve. And faced with CL's mightiest efforts, Arkwood just like, they see me rolling, they hating. Oh, that was a casual just swing of her arm. Arkwood brushes her aside with one arm.
その質問は間違ってる。ここは感動する場面。
Bro, why are you being nice?
今の姫君に腕を振るわせると称賛にあまりある。
Okay. My mind freezes over in shock. There's no one in the vicinity. No clamor of life rises from the hollow city. But I know where the voice is coming from. This signal exists solely within my brain, which means it can only be Roa's will. The question is why I can hear it so clearly now. Perhaps it just means that my time is up, or that you're fusing. I mean, Arkwood did say that you'd become more of an amalgamation than him just taking full control. This is no time to be conversing with the voices in my head. Yeah, probably not. CL has been incapacitated. Blows forceful enough to reshape the city strike her again and again. Immortal or not, she's going to be beaten into a bloody pulp if this keeps up. Yeah, it's
何が素晴らしいんだ。いい加減黙ってろ。お前に先輩の何がわかる。
I think he knows a thing or two, but whatever. Yeah, you put him in his place. I snap at my own confused delusions. CL's suffering is none of his business. And yet he replies to me with all sincerity.
状況を把握していないのはそちらの方。あの空を見るな。
空。
Acquiescing to the stranger's voice in my head, I look up into the blackness. Yeah, I was wondering what those were.
なんだあれ。
50 kilometers overhead, great wheels glimmer in the stratosphere? The train of stars gleams like the blade of a guillotine as the sun's light sets it aflame. Okay. Blaze's firing lines converge in the pale avatar. A barrage of 7.62mm rounds, each powerful enough to blow a human limb from limb, licks the vampire's life body. Oh. She's very unbothered. Oh, hey, the long skirt! They brought back the OG! The bullets might as well be drops of rain. In Arkwood's presence, reality itself distorts. Her internal mass, that magical energy known to mages as mana, swirls in great enough volume to warp gravity. Space bends to snatch CL's bullets from their course. Not that they would have any effect if they did meet their mark. What nightmare is this where unprotected flesh can deflect 7.62 rounds with ease? Ah. What the hell is she made of? The planet. And, Sure Ancestor. Bits. Blaze's assault gave even Vlav pause. He shielded himself by freezing the water vapor in the air rather than weather it directly. Arkwood, however, does not so much as dodge. Alarming as it is to contemplate, she might not be aware she's under attack at all. I'm sure she knows. Probably. Probably. With the fine control granted by her idea blood, CL truncates a numerological incantation to discharge a surge of electricity. She compresses a spell that would normally take 10 full counts to incant into a single breath, then does it again and again. Yeah, not doing much. But, well, each 2 million volt lightning bolt could blast apart any insulator. They do nothing to Arkwood. And as CL tries and fails to stop her, the town continues to fall under the true ancestor's spell. She's growing plants. With every step, I mean, hey, this ain't so bad. You know, she's gonna rip Yoshiki's everything apart, but you know, at least she's replacing everything with plant life, right? That's a good thing. Whether a manifestation of Arkwid's singular nature, or simply her sheer power bleeding through, vines spew from her footsteps, spreading out to consume the city. They cover the newly cleared earth, devour its disarray of gravestones, overwrite all trace of civilization with the motif of the primal. Were limbs ripped? CL is sent flying 50 meters. Oh, only 50? The attack itself is crude, a simple strike with condensed mana. It is its nature, an invisible, imperceptible natural phenomenon that makes it terrifying. Yeah, hold strong, CL. Surely Arkwid will slow down eventually, right? Surely she will. But the difference in their standing, their authorities, is too great. The CL must dance millimeters from lethal injury, finger permanently pressed to her trigger. Arkwid has no such need of caution or finesse. All she has to do is direct her ire in CL's direction. The city will do the rest. The air forms great claws to gouge the executor from behind. The vines turn hard as stone to lash at her. Maybe. CL, you got anything else? Anything at all? The avatar of white laughs as she continues her procession. She skips forward, every inch of her body exuding delight. CL, meanwhile, is reaching her physical limit. Yeah, don't blame her. Well, her magical energy springs forth unabated. The body that houses it is failing. Every few seconds, her legs break, her ribs splinter. Her left arm snaps under the weight of her 1-ton firearm. Her bones crumble, her flesh tears, her organs rupture, quickly enough to outpace her curse of undeath. Both Arkwid's invisible assault and the exertion of evading it wreak havoc on her insides. 1 minute has passed since their battle began. Only 600 meters now separate Arkwid from the school. With both Blaze and her magecraft proving ineffective, CL forces herself to accept that her current situation, her weapon is too weak to finish the job. She must abandon a ranged approach. She exchanges cannon for sword. Yeah, this'll do something, surely. Blade, the third cause of death, exsanguination. Forged from the bones of a phantasmal, its wicked blade is of the same nature as Arkwid. This will not be so easily deflected. Really now, we'll see. With CL's magical energy behind it, it could cleave a tank in two. Right. Good luck with that. The problem is its range. Even fully expanded and extended to the limits of its wires, it can reach 30 meters at most. Will she really be able to get that close? Arkwid might let her, just to prove that thing won't hurt her. Like, yeah, sure, I'll bring my aura down a little bit so you can get that close. Hit me with it, yeah, come on. Do it. The vampire's lips twist into a grin. She senses her foe's intention and dares her to try. That challenge sparks CL to action. She leaps 10 meters in a single bound. In a heartbeat, she closes the distance to Arquid, her greatsword poised to strike. It does nothing. Blade pierces Arquid's distortion field to sink its saw-like teeth into the vampire's tender skin. But it doesn't draw a single drop of blood. Its weight and magical potency are lessened by the gravitational distortion. CL will have to get closer to still to land a blow. Yeah, but when you get even that close, it doesn't end well for you. 10 meters to Arquid. She can go no closer. The nearer she gets, the more powerful and concentrated the vampire's invisible talons become. You know what? CL, it might just be time to pack it up. You know, I think it's chalked, you know. Let Shiki die, let things die down, you know. You can find a new boyfriend, probably. In her present state, Arquid is a mana singularity, an enormous volume of magical energy condensed in a tiny vessel. Mana enough to form a world unto itself, even if only in conceptual terms, rages within her body, as though she were a living star, its colossal mass compressed into a single point. It's a wonder she hasn't undergone cosmic inflation. Did you know there are 34 rules that the universe has to abide by? The 34th is cosmic inflation. Want to learn more about it? Look up Rule 34 inflation. You'll find all you need to know about it. To approach would be to enter the gravity well of a star. No human could survive the crushing pressure. You don't have a choice. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I will. You know, something tells me that still didn't. Yeah, that didn't work. CL intensifies the magical energy surging through her veins, turning herself into living steel. Her sword snakes out in the blink of an eye, and Arquid's automated defenses knock it aside. Yeah. Blue sparks spray as the heat of the universe, as the heat of their contest, I don't know why I said universe, as the heat of their contest sets the very air ablaze. Around them, ether decomposes on a molecular level. As their battlefield transforms into an ionized death zone, CL glances toward the school. How far are they now? Less than 200? Oh, okay, still a good distance. 400 meters left. Approximately 2 minutes gone. Arquid's pace is slowed considerably compared to the first minute. It's working. She's pushing her back. Are you though? Like, okay. I think she's humoring you. I think she's just humoring you, CL. Yeah. Arquid halts her advance. She raises a hand to the sky. Yeah, you don't want to be near her whenever what she's about to do happens. Sensing danger, CL vaults backwards. Probably a good call. She knows it would be unwise to stay on the offensive. For the first time since their battle began, Arquid has acted with direct hostility. The instant she moved, CL understood her intent. But that knowledge brings her only despair. 400 meters is nothing to Arkwid. She's already gotten as close as she needs. Lowering her stance, CL snaps her sword back into one piece. Satisfied that her rival has finished her preparations, Arkwid lets her arm fall. Is she gonna just crush the school? Oh. Or send a giant... Oh, okay. Well, you gotta see how hold out. The blast wave raises everything in its path. Its fury is the planet's own breath, a fraction of the Earth's rotation harnessed and redirected. CL meets it with her blade and endures. Oh. That probably didn't feel good though, huh? Her body screams. Yeah, it's been screaming all along, though merely in pain. This time, her very bones are sounding the alarm. You're lucky you survived that, they say. You can't take another. It will annihilate the foundation of your being. Even you can't come back from that. I don't know, do ya? She bites her lip to quell her fear, girding herself for the next wave. Excuse me. That came out of nowhere. It wouldn't be hard to evade. She is too nimble to be hit by such a clumsy strike. But behind her are the school and Shiki. The blast wave would sweep across the town like a scythe if she let it, obliterating them in an instant. So she cannot yield no matter what. She must stand against the breath of the planet and prevail. Oh? You're a fan? Oh. You know, I had a brief hope that maybe she would have been so impressed they could have, kissed and made up, but I guess not. Again and again, the blast waves come without respite. The first she took on account of reckless desperation. The second she takes on account of arrogance. And the third and fourth prove that the second was no show of arrogance after all. By the time the fifth comes, she understands. Arkwid's attacks are formidable, but so long as CL can read the flow of power, she can easily deflect them. The princess employs no feints or subtlety on the battlefield, a testament to her honest nature. CL sensed as much in the first wave. In facing the second, she was able to leverage her swordmanship to weather it not with strength, but with skill. When fighting a powerful foe, her mentor once told her she must think not with her mind, but with her bones. Thanks to that advice, she's withstood Arkwid's full strength. Was that the full strength? We'll see about that. The clock hits 3 minutes. That marks the end of CL's battle. Just collapse face first into the ground. Oh. Arkwid lowers her arm. The odds would be in her favor if she continued her barrage, but her impatience will not allow. Okay. Her overwhelming desire to kill Shiki compels her to remove CL from her path as quickly as possible. This is only a game to her. All that matters is that it continues to amuse.
Oh.
What have you got? What have you not used? The hunter becomes the hunted. Arcwood is just as seasoned a vampire hunter as CL. Experience tells her that there's no lie in her enemy's words. She means to deliver a killing blow.
それは楽しみね。私の息吹を受けたご褒美に見てあげる。
Oh, how nice of you. How kind.
そんなご大層な武器はどこにあるの？もしかしてその杭打ち機、戦車にでも変形するの？
Yeah, I'm wondering that too. Where are you hiding this secret weapon of yours?
まさか武器なんて必要ありません。あなたを殺すのはあなた自身です。アルクエイド。
Okay.
なんですって。常に相手を上回るのは結構ですが、後出しなのがあなたの弱点です。それと目も悪いですね。地上は把握できても空までは把握できない。
Oh, right, the fucking stars. Arcwood looks up at the sky. I forgot about those for a second. But what are they? To find CL in firm grasp of the heavens.
この通り、武器はとっくに準備済みです。
Uh-huh.
展開に3分もかかるのが欠点ですが、控えめに言ってあなたがバカで助かりました。
These are no stars glimmering in the firmament, but great mirrors wrought from magecraft, a fiery array of angelic wheels deployed in the stratosphere to capture the sun's light. A work of grand magecraft fashioned by the executor CL from the remains of the ancestor who taught her swordmanship. Its name...
塵に帰って反省しなさい。イデアブラッド25番ベチェ。財形を立て、カルバリア・ガルガリン。
Get flashed! A curtain of light falls from the heavens. Fast as thought, fast as light, the guillotine affords Arcwood no quarter. For a split second, she tenses to evade, but its arrival is instantaneous and all the city lies beneath its blade. No terrestrial being can escape its judgment, not even the princess of the true ancestors. Surely Arcwood won't die from this, right? It's Arcwood. Right? A white hot wall smashes the pale vampire into the dirt. A blade of light 50 kilometers long and 10 kilometers broad. Or 50 kilometers, I think I said 5. 50 kilometers long and 10 kilometers broad. It slices through the town and deep into the ground beneath, crushing Arcwood beneath its uncompromising mass. Oh, she dares. Oh, she dares, alright. But lo, tremble before the majesty of the planet. For in the face of grand magecraft, that pinnacle of human wisdom, the princess of the moon yet endures. Anticipating that CL might produce some weapon powerful enough to overwhelm her, she drew fresh power from the earth. Calvaria is indeed grand magecraft. However, not even this earth-shattering force is enough. That Arcwood could be killed by a human power is an unthinkable prospect. I don't think she is. I don't think she did. No, but he will. Arcwood plants her hands on the ground. She rises like a mountain, pushing back against a wall of light.
人間では神のごときものは倒せない。ですから、とどめを刺すのはあなたの仕事です。
Hmm? CL? This is a little bit overboard, don't you think? You're reshaping the Earth. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see. The ground begins to move. Woven in two by the wall of light, one half of the city ascends towards the heavens, while the other sinks into the earth. A fault line gapes between them like the jaws of some great beast. She wouldn't what? Wouldn't what? Okay, I was right. I had a thought when I saw it rising that she would squish her with the rising up part. Okay. Oh boy.
この質量ならもう逃げようがない。あなたをまんべんなくその器ごと破壊してあげましょう。再生に何年かかるか、それともこれで消滅するのか。これまでの自分の行いにすがるのです。
I mean, she is one of the less sinful true ancestors technically, so who knows? Nah, Arquid's gonna do something to get out of it. The planet's maw opens wide, its maxilla rising. And that will be enough to break her. When it snaps shut, it will annihilate all that she is. There may be nothing left to regenerate or resurrect from. Before her looms a true unknown. For better or worse, she has tasted death before. An astronomically improbable encounter with a passing murderer taught her its sting. But she knows nothing of this coming oblivion, and in the unknown she finds fear. No, perhaps her terror stems not from ignorance, but from knowledge. Oh, okay, that's just sad. Alright, well, you will promise to stop going after Shiki. Arquid fights to lift the curtain from her throat. But her fate is sealed. No, there's no way, right? The crust of her own primal earth climbs inexorably skywards, its incalculable mass beyond even her power to oppose. Okay, you know what, CL? I hope Arquid makes a comeback. Damn it. Really? There's no way they actually killed Arquid, right? And at CL's command, it comes crashing down. Don't say anything. Let me play out the ending, but there's no way. CL almost topples, so I die. CL almost topples over, but catches herself, chest heaving. This time, she's truly spent. If she falls now, she won't get back up. In one battle, she not only exhausted herself physically, mentally, and magically, but used up Vlov's idea blood and the 3 years' worth of blood reserves she saved for Calvaria's guillotine. She's on the verge of collapse. Ordinarily, she would welcome passing out, but circumstances oblige her to hold on a little longer. She can't afford to rest. Even so, she realizes that unless she takes a minute to recover, she won't be going anywhere. Unless Shiki comes to her, right? He might. Her heart cries for a reprieve, but the swelling of her lungs floods her body with relief. Her muscle fibers knit back together millimeter by millimeter. Her blood drinks in oxygen. As she stands there panting, the The realization that she's still alive washes over her. Nah, you jinxed it. She's getting back up. 1,000,000%. In the middle of the street, whole again as if nothing had transpired, she bursts into laughter at her own recklessness, now that her guillotine has fallen. Against all odds, her plan came to fruition. She killed true ancestor royalty, an unprecedented feat. A profound satisfaction fills her battered chest. Even she, a comparative pacifist, recognizes that this is an accomplishment for the ages. I don't believe it. I don't believe for a goddamn second that Arkwood's dead. If Shiki were here, she would throw her arms around him in celebration. Yeah, sure. Sure, it's all that's left. She successfully foiled Arkwood's attempt to turn the world inside out. Did you? With the source of the phenomenon containment gone, normality will soon reassert itself. Oh? No. Wait, that means... But if that... She's reabsorbing it to regenerate herself. In her giddiness, she overlooks a crucial detail. As the alabaster castle disintegrates, its constituent particles flow back to Earth, returning to their master. Yes! I'm on Team Arkwood, I don't care. I've swapped teams. The Earth seems to groan. A harsh grating sound like a forbidden seal cracking. The ground trembles, the air thrums. Magical energy gathers on an exorbitant scale. The thermal energy of the phenomena once contained now concentrates to the extreme. Oh, you're fucked now, CL. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. This could only be called the seed of a principle. An entire city's worth of data compressed to Planck length. Or Planck length? I don't know why there's a C in there. A celestial egg. Harmless so long as it remains within the conceptual realm of the inner sea. But whose immense energy, concentrated in a critical point, destabilizes and rapidly expands when manifested in the physical world. The result is known to astronomers as cosmic inflation. It is the birthing cry of a universe. This land will bear witness to a phenomenon beyond microscopic in comparison, but identical in nature. Yeah, she was right. You did underestimate her. She was absolutely correct. It is as if the sun itself has fallen to earth. Down comes the corpus of light, soft yet hard, cold yet warm. It is a myth made manifest in matter. Sanity broken, insanity shattered, she regresses to her primordial form, an ultimate one. Yeah, you should have spared her when she was begging for her life, CL. You might have been able to talk her out of it if she saw your mercy, but now you're just fucked. Ether expands and condenses. Her advent concludes. Under the command of an all-powerful vision, vectorless energy assembles into a form even a human could comprehend. Attack on Titan? Ciel would rather have fought the literal sun than this. The loftiest existence mankind can comprehend. If such a thing has a name, its name is God. Maybe Gato had a point when he considered this. Yeah. She's a living being no longer, but something mightier and more primal.
あれだけ見境をなくしていて、まだ暴走していなかったんですか、あなたは。
All Ciel can do is stand helplessly before her eminence. Her will to fight has deserted her. Her strength is spent, her tricks exhausted, and now even her courage is shorn away. Cursed with knowledge, she understands exactly what she faces, and her knees buckle at the thought of it. You're surrounded. She senses danger, but her body refuses to respond. Instinctively, she knows that this is the power of the entity's mystic eyes, the power to overawe any intelligent life form its gaze falls upon. The church, and indeed all religions, are merely an extension of the human impulse to serve beings such as this. Those who draw their strength from such teachings, like Ciel, cannot stand against their masters. You know, it's too late, Ciel. Ciel grits her teeth and clings to her human cognition, fighting the urge to stop thinking. But her resistance comes too late. The touch of its gaze would transfix any living creature's mind, shackle their flesh, and hold their vital rhythms hostage to its will. Besides, this titanic entity wants you dead. Oh yeah, it's got her. Already holds her tiny life in the palm of its hand. Seized by searing heat, Ciel gasps in pain. Sexy woman getting squished by giant woman. Definitely a Nasu game. Definitely written by Nasu. And after the heat comes the pressure. 5 pillars of corporeal light imprison her, squeeze her, crush her in their grasp.
捕まえた。触ってみると柔らかいのね、人間って。
Yeah. Oh, she's not Arkwood anymore. At least not technically. Or maybe she is, I don't know. Ciel struggles with all her strength, yet fails to push back her restraints a single millimeter. Her cage of light begins to ascend. Is she gonna eat her? Above the streetlights, it lifts, above the rooftops, then finally halts in midair. Though trapped in this windowless cell, Ciel is fully aware of what's happening outside. The ground has been taken prisoner, the sky obscured by a crimson canopy. A titan of pure light unbends itself from the earth. Shed of its true ancestor skin, it is an incarnation of raw power gone berserk.
ほら、だから言ったでしょ、シエル。
You did.
やめないと怖いことになっちゃう。
A voice fills the heavens that once lay beyond its reach. Ciel's body ceases its struggle, frozen in terror and despair. A human cannot overpower a god. Ciel said so herself. Only now does she comprehend the truth of her own words. Well, damn. That's not what I was expecting. When the castle broke down and the bits started flying back to where she was crushed, I thought it would just give her the power to regenerate and go back to full power. And the CL would be out of energy and would be able to, and so Arkwood would just be able to deal with her normally. I was not expecting giant ethereal light god Arkwood. Never in my life could I have imagined such a sight. Would this be called a cave-in? I couldn't say. I watched as the whole damn city rose high into the air, bedrock and all. Now it's on the verge of plummeting back down. At the lip of the floating section stands CL, and 100 meters below her feet, lying pinned to the ground, is Arkwood. No, it's not over. Not even a little bit. Not even slightly. Silence shrouds the city once more. The flashes of light, the blasts of gunfire, the rumble of collapsing buildings. All of it gone. Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah,
sure. For a few seconds. I know I shouldn't treat like this like some football game, cheering when my team wins and booing when they lose. Even so, I can't help but be glad that CL is alright. I'm proud of her for managing to pull through. Uh-huh. Yeah, pulled through, huh? But my happiness doesn't last long. My legs turn to jelly, almost dragging me to the ground. It feels like a stake has been rammed through my chest. I clutch wildly at my fluttering heart. This must be Roa. Before his thoughts came through with clarity, but all I'm getting now is an overwhelming urge to vomit. His revulsion is so intense, so murderous that it's making him sick. Yeah, I guess he probably knows he knows what's coming. My headache returns with a vengeance. Roa is furious. He rebukes CL for her folly, curses Arkwood for her inelegance. Oh, yeah, methinks Roa had yeah, he knows what's coming. I almost black out. Roa and I, vampire and human, shudder as one. The world shakes. Roa's lamentations grow louder. I'm going to keel over at this rate. Beset by confusion inside and out, I hold onto the rooftop railing for dear life. Before me unfolds the stuff of myths, even further divorced from reality than the cataclysm of moments ago. Despite myself, I understand. My eyes tell me I'm looking at pure light. No living creature, but a natural phenomenon. Yet my brain knows better. It tells me that somehow, that light is Arkwood. Though I can't begin to wrap my mind around it, I know without a doubt that it's her. Well, who else would it be? Why? What could have happened to turn her into that?
Inflation.
Yeah, you like the inflation, huh, Roa?
理論的にはそうなると予見はしていた。我々にとって利するものは何もない。醜悪極まる結末だがね。デーモンコアの実験は知っているか？
No. Or maybe? Was that mentioned in the, like, Tsukihime 2 prelude stuff that I read. An infuriatingly calm voice whispers in my ear. No, okay. It comes from inside my head, yet isn't my own.
What?
Roa's voice echoes through my skull. I don't know what's gotten the bastard in such a talkative mood, but he won't shut up. I mean, you need the information. Oh, okay.
私も上書きする前に目覚めたことに辟易している。力の供給源である姫君からの過剰投与だ。死人ですら飛び起きると思う。お前を動かしている動力の横領もしていない。代価は少ないはずだ。
Yeah, no, we're not getting the painful headaches and whatnot. I do still feel a tingle in my brain whenever he speaks, but it's a far cry from the splitting headaches of before. Hearing another person's voice in my head is not unpleasant, actually. I feel strangely at ease, like I'm with someone I trust. I mean, you guys did have a amicable goodbye in the other ending, so I guess... Damn it. I really must be losing it if I'm starting to think this scumbag is my friend. I mean, he's giving you information, so I mean, right now he's probably the best friend you could possibly have.
正常な反応だ。今の私はこの器を継承する準備ができておらず、党の指揮と融合する選択肢を除外した。私はお前の選択に対して別視点から意見、忠告、解説、批評を下すご助人。
Sounds good.
そうだ。カーナビゲーションのようなもの。お前の根底にある合理性は有益な機能を嫌悪することはない。
Yeah, I mean, it'd be dumb if he did. I force myself not to dismiss him out of hand. Arkwit has somehow turned into a globe of light. Roa is insisting he can be useful to me. And Ciel is gone, trapped somewhere in that glow. If this isn't a desperate enough time to call for desperate measures, I don't know what is.
わかるのか、お前。あれが何なのか。
あれは抗体だ。
Type Lumina?
抗体。
神祖の王族のみが持つ錬金。神祖が何らかの手段で肉体を完全に破壊されてしまったとき、その反作用として起きる。
Okay, so not just any true ancestor could do this, okay.
アルケイドブリョンスタット、小さく重いものだ。あれは活動する際、その出力を常に相手より一段階上のものに制限する。それは万能の表れでは。
And with no physical body, they have no such limitation, right?
彼女から肉体という制限がなくなり、かつその精神活動が衰えていない場合、力の制御されなくなる。肉体に秘められていた魔力は拡散し、地表から引き出すエネルギーに制限はかけられなくなる。
So what you're saying is we're all fucked, right?
理覚抗体現象。本来は星の内部にとどまっている長く天体を運営するための魂を地表に回すあってはならないシステム手段。そう、わかりやすく言えば自然による消費文明への自浄作用。報復機構と思い込む。
So what you're saying is, we could eventually see light you know, you'll potentially see this version of Arquid or the Ultimate One as a Avenger.
つまりその
謝罪する。お前の知性レベルを考慮していなかった。
just subtle, like, backhanded. No, not even backhanded. Just like subtle, like, roasting.
要は暴走して魔力を垂れ流している。手のつけられない。
Arquid has gone ape shit.
ということだ。
All right, buddy. Thank you.
そうかよ、悪かったな。そんなの見ればわかるけどな。
Well, is water wet though? It makes things wet. But is water itself wet? Arquid isn't even all I'm worried about. CL's in there somewhere too. What's happening to her?
まっとうな生き物であれば生きてはいる。
Well, CL's not really ordinary.
だがあの女、私がいる限り不滅だ。今も死にながら生きている状況だと考察できる。
Yeah, being squished. My legs take off before I even process what he said. I sprint across the roof like a man possessed. Explanations can wait. Sure, I might not understand what I'm facing, and the very sight of it might make me tremble. But this is no time to stand around dumbstruck. Yes it's not. Yeah. Ah, what's that then, huh? Uh-huh. I don't know, Shiki, is there?
余計なお世話だ。16回も死んでる奴は黙ってろ。
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I snap back at empty air as I leap from the roof. The 3-floor drop doesn't so much as twist my ankle. It's revolting to see how unnatural I've become. It makes me sick to my core. But tonight, I'll gladly swallow that disgust. This body mutating around me. This stranger whispering in my ear. These eyes that can see death. I'll need all three if I'm going to rescue CL from that thing. I exit the school grounds to find the world transformed beyond all recognition. A gale wails in the sky above. The air pressure fluctuates wildly, warning of a storm. Hello? Is this supposed to freeze here? Oh, did I? I must have hit the wrong button. I had the controller on my desk and I can't see it. It's behind my microphone, so I just had my my fingers on the button. So I guess my finger must have moved and I didn't notice. A tropical humidity sticks to my skin. I don't stop to think about what any of it could mean. I just run towards the light. Fear is a product of the unknown. As much as I'd like to come up with something to dull that fear, the prickling heat on my skin tells me I can't spare the time. Probably not. Ambitious! Really fucking stupid, yeah, same thing.
無策で悪いか。何をするにしろ、まずは近寄らないと話にならないだろ。
Yeah, Roa.
最短距離で直進するのだ。交代まで目測で800メートル。今のお前なら1分とかからない距離だ。すでに1分は走っていることについて何か質問は？
I quickly do the math in my head. You're kidding me. Are the town's dimensions changing? It wouldn't be the weirdest thing that's happened.
不確定の世界になりつつある。世界を中心にして採用である彼女に近寄る。
Alright, you have any suggestions, or are you just gonna yap?
世界そのものが彼女を尊重し、
Uh-huh.
彼方に遠ざけようとしているのだ。
ああ、もう言い方。
ベルトコンベヤー。
Damn it, that actually helps. Basically, Arkwood and CL are getting further away by the second. While the visible size and shape of the town aren't changing, its distance is stretching somehow. I don't get the specifics, but Roa's analogy seems apt. So if I ever want to reach that light on the horizon, I'll have to travel toward it faster than the town is pushing me away. Gah! That came out of nowhere.
なんだ今の。あいつの爪か。
More like a byproduct of Arkwood rather than intentional.
ここはまだ交代の視界の外だ。表層意識ですら我々は彼女に意識されてもいる。
You know, somehow I doubt that. You know, somehow I feel like that's wrong, but you're the expert. What do I know?
意識されていない。
Arkwood doesn't know we're here. Again, I don't know how much. That's a relief in one sense, but terrifying in another. It means that razor winds that could ordinarily slice me in two are just a natural feature of this world.
明確な攻撃の意図がなくても。
Apparently, simply existing in this space is dangerous. I'm like a wooden doll caught in a storm surge, perpetually inches away from being smashed to pieces.
嵐に近づくとはそういうこと
Yeah, obviously.
だ。お前の目に交代は脅威として映っているのだ。
Yeah.
それは正しい。交代に近寄れば近寄るほど危険は増している。波の使徒であればここが限界だと注目しておる。
But because she's your sire, you can advance further, and by extension, Shiki? Right? Maybe?
僕はまだ彼女の意識の外。いわば剣。
No?
領域侵犯には至っていない。だが、これ以上接近すると。
We might be crushed into little Shiki flakes. Then she'll start to actively impede us. Got it. Can I do this, or should I turn back? Roa is warning me that this is my last chance. I tell him, I feel like we have to... I feel like if I just say, shut the hell up, I'm going in, I die. That's a bad end. If we work with Roa, though, is how we actually advance. Problem is, I don't know when the next good spot to stop will be. I don't even want to stop here, but if I get locked into like a 2-hour segment where there's nowhere to stop, it's just action, 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 this might be the best place to stop and then finish it next time over the course of 4 hours. It's probably because I can't do 6 hours today. Potentially longer, there's no way. So I think I'll stop here. Even though I really don't want to, but like, again, I don't know when the next good spot to stop will be. So it's like... I think I have to. This is the best place to start. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I assume once we go in, it'll be a long, at least hour and a half, maybe 2-hour segment before the next decent place. If I had to assume, so yeah. Next time though, I'll make sure I have enough, like, I'll have the time dedicated to finish it, whether it be 4, maybe 5 hours. No, it'll be one stream for sure. Even if it ends up having to be like a long one, it'll be the last one. But we shall see. Yeah, that was a lot of unexpected things happened. I again, going into it, I had weirdly hoped that we would be able to talk to Arkwid somehow. That wasn't the case. And then we had Giant God Universe Cosmic CL, which was not on my bingo card. that wasn't on my bingo card, I'll be honest. But I find it funny how there was a line calling it like an avenging force of, I don't know, it was a bit ago, but I feel like they did that purposefully to leave a door open to put her in as an Avenger. Like have Cosmic CL as just, I don't know. That would be something. That would be something. It'd be a bit ridiculous. I don't know how it'd work, but or maybe just be a version of CL. Oh, Arkwid, sorry. I don't know why I said CL. It'd be funny if, yeah, I don't know if they did that with Arkwid. Yeah, you know what I mean. I guess the way they would, I don't know. I don't know how they would do that. But no, probably won't happen though, because again, they already have normal Arkwid, and then they're gonna have Phantasmoon. Yeah. So yeah, it probably wouldn't happen, but I actually think it'd be funny if they did somehow slip this this Arkwid in as Avenger in FGO. But I doubt they would. Yeah, I honestly I could not even fathom what the actual ending of all this is gonna end up being. Like, it's probably not gonna be, at least I would hope it wouldn't end with CL being permadead like in the other ending. That would be a bit fucked up. Like 0 for 3 endings does he get the girl. That would be but I mean, I guess Tsukihime is kind of a I don't know. Are you enjoying it? Yeah, no, I am. I just, a lot to take in with Arkwid especially. Like, first she warps reality around her, which, we already kind of knew she could do that with, her Marble Phantasm, but it was like a bit of a different scale than I'm used to, and then all this, and I don't even know. Again, I don't know how this is gonna end. I can't think of I can't conceive of where this is gonna go. So it should be a good time next time. But yeah, like I said, next time we'll absolutely finish, even if it takes like 5 hours. But man, I don't know. Man, if they went this hard with the remade CL route, I I'm wondering what they're... I hope they go as far with the new scenes and endings in Other Side of Red Garden when that comes out. Like, I hope they're doing huge rewrites and crazy endings for those routes. And then, of course, we're gonna have Satsuki route, which will be entirely new. I don't know, I'm looking forward to that now. Like, seeing how... Like, CL route up to this point was already pretty different from the original. There's some samey things here and there, but pretty different, relatively speaking. At least compared to Arkwood, who was like 80% the same, 85% the same. So, I'm hoping Other Side of Red Garden is... Well, no, like, obviously, like, Psyche and whatnot will be big, but I don't know. I meant more so in, like, the endings. Which I guess it would have to be if he's... I don't know. The reason I didn't consider him too much... Because obviously he'll be someone you have to do. I assume he'll probably be like a mid. He'll be like the Vlov, in my opinion. Like, he'll have to be dealt with because he's doing some shady stuff in the background. I expect Arak to also be someone you have to deal with. We'll have to deal with in those routes. I'm expecting Kohaku's route will be the one where Arak is like the big bad. That's like, we find out she's the one who's been helping Roa. But how would we feel if they changed it to where Kohaku wasn't as... No, she has to be a threat still. Because there's the one ending where she pretends to be Hisui and then locks us away in a room after we collapse at school, right? So Kohaku would have to still be shady. Maybe her and Arak work together? Because it'd be hard for them to both be doing shady stuff separately. Especially when it comes to Roa. So I would assume it's gonna be something where they're working. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm actually really excited for Red Garden now. Like, really thinking about it. Because there's so many little plot points. Plus, there's Cat Girl. Not actually a cat, but she has the same VA. Or at least it sounds like she has the same VA as Nekomata from High School DD. So I think Cat. You know, the girl who stops us from going into the alley on like day 2. And like is yeah, that girl. Like, cause I thought she would appear in CL's route more, but she hasn't. So I'm wondering if she'll have more to do with Satsuki, maybe. I don't know, there's so many... Oh, is that her name? Mio? Psyche Mio? Oh. I didn't know her name yet. That's kind of a little bit of a spoiler. By reading it in the voice credits? Okay. I guess. Well, I didn't even know her name yet either. Like, at least as far as I remember, we haven't... I don't know. I don't remember her seeing that scene yet of getting her name. Yeah, I haven't gotten her name yet. Well, whatever. But yeah, no, I will go back and get like the locked off scenes that I didn't see before at some point. So I guess the next time won't be the last stream, because like I said, I'll go through and get all the stuff I had to miss, like the locked off scenes that you had to finish the game first to be able to go back and unlock. I don't know if the scene with her is one of those, but still, yeah. We'll see. But it's whatever. But you know, like I said, I'm gonna stop there. A lot of things to be. I'm kind of looking forward to with the second part of the remake. But there's only one locked off scene, the 27. Oh yeah, that was the only one, huh? I thought that was the second one. I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I thought there was two in Arkwood's Route. And then I was also gonna do everything I hadn't done before. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna stop there. Thanks for watching, and yeah, no, next time will be the finale of the true ending, and then see the other stuff where we go through and get stuff we missed. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, catch you later. Peace.